Scenario is that the constitution says Kenya is a constitutional democracy. And in a constitutional democracy, the rules for presidential elections are set out. 50+1 and 24 counties support. That is what the rule says. Ultimately, in all democracies, they don't ask whether you are a professor and you are a gardener. You have a single vote. It is for those Kenyans to decide who gets there. The presidency, there are two routes to win, round 1 and round 2. Now, for purposes of Kenya, you've had this culture of where the opposition, starting with the media and with a lot of ignorance, they keep saying and they kept on telling Raila Odinga that if you have a single candidate, you are going to beat the incumbent. There is a math I will come when we have more time to explain why it wasn't working for Raila Odinga. Okay? Because you would go get a close election, then towards the end of the day, because now you divide the country into two, because it's a two-horse race, if you are able to steal 200 or 300 votes, you can easily win the presidency. Now, a formula that has failed 3 times. You have the media, and you have a lot of armchair analysts, if you ask me, who wants you to repeat the same formula. Barack Obama used to say that is idiocy, that you cannot use a formula that keeps failing over and over. And this is with the best opposition candidate, Raila Odinga. And you say you want to test it the 4th time. That is where you said you are a mental retard. Okay? So personally, I don't go for a formula that projects me as a mental retard. You go to a formula under which the incentive that people will be bribed becomes less, because it is obvious from day one that you are actually competing to be number 1 or number 2. William Ruto, if you ask me, in a democratic election, you can realize 1 term during round 1. Because as long as Sifuna consolidates the vote on his side, and Rigathi consolidates his vote on that side. And it's not to say that Kalonzo Musyoka cannot be the candidate for Rigathi Gachagua. He can be. All that it takes is a working coalition. And you win the presidency in round 2. It is only that people have a fixed mind, which is what has been preventing them from seeing the possibilities under which electoral rules of Kenya are offering. Finally, is this. When you go to the United States of America, they decide, and they are already doing right now. It is people who go to decide. It's Al-Fayed, it is Mohamed Mamdani. They decide who are going to be the candidates for political office. That's what democracy is all about. Barack Obama would never have been president of America if the question of who is the Democratic candidate was going to be decided in a boardroom. The establishment for the democracy was pro-Clinton, Hillary Clinton. So Obama actually becomes president for the simple reason that the people decide the candidates in the US. So if official oppositions, we are very serious. And this goes out to Sifuna. And you want to repeat a Barack Obama moment. The challenge for Sifuna is going to be easy. Sifuna, unaweza shindwa in round 1 to be number 1 or number 2. If Sifuna's answer is yes, go out for it. You do not have to be, not to be a candidate. Personally, I do not want Sifuna not to be a candidate. The only person I want to be a candidate in these elections, because you have to retire more is people. And you know more is people, the age group that it is. You need to retire more is people. So by hook or crook, Sifuna should be a presidential candidate. It is the only way to move this country forward.
Right. Thank you so much. Wakili Kibe Mungai, Wakili Ishmael Nyaribo, and political risk analyst Dismas Mukua. Exactly 365 days to August 10th, 2027, the date of the next general election, despite the controversy. Tungekuwa na election kesho lakini sioniki. Anyway, thank you.